Hey, I got that chicken to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from feeling all kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. That's fielded in the end zone. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Nazir Jones able to drop him for a loss of a couple. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you get 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game. They must like the matchups they're getting.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. That his first incompletion after a 4 for 4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
So the sack of Garoppolo, And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
11.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jaron Reed, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He hits Baldwin right side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll go again with McKissick, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. On the return, here comes Victor Bolden. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Garoppolo to throw on second down. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's the first catch of the game for Goodwin. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Garoppolo on first down. And bringing it in, this is Selleck over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. They go play action here on first down. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And Selleck here, left side. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Goodwin able to haul it in. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first. Now a play fake here on first down. That is caught inside the 5. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin from 21 yards away. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
On first down, Wilson. He gets it to Baldwin. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And Dixon has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. They'll throw on first down with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. That'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Come on, tempo.
Play action. It's Wilson. On the crossing route, complete. That's Baldwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about it in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there. 7
yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Come on, let's go.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Janikowski bangs it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Going for the deep ball. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that will help him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because it might wander.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeForest Buckner able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon, and surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up.
11.
Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen. They got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
11.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty.
Hurry up. Hey, gun.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. It's a quarterback sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Go, run. 11, come on, 11.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Bobby Wagner coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
21.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
11.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo, and that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Now it's Lockett. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They will run it. It's McKissick. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Janikowski good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out to kick is Janikowski. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really... And down he goes! They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Nazir Jones in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. Far left side, caught by Goodwin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. run the clock down, make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends and you're kneeling down with the football.
And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 47 yards on the ground. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down, Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Taylor. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And the Niners move the chains as Garoppolo hooks up with Taylor.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
12.
Back to throw. Room to run past midfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
They'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jaron Reed in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
11.
Back to throw. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Still time to go for the win, but they've got to get up and spike it quickly. He's back to throw, and he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
White.
Garoppolo to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Back to throw, Garoppolo. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jaron Reed in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
13, 13. 11, 11, 11, 11.
One final try now for Garoppolo. And he's got it. Well, partner, still a head-scratcher to me how this one ended. Down 3. I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot where you can kick that field goal, go to overtime. Why not do it?
And this is where I think the analytics guys are going to continue to get more and more traction in the league. We've talked about different people now saying, I need a game management coach, someone in the booth to take the emotion out of it. Did they lose track of where they were on the clock, right? Did they lose track of where they were on the field? Was it makeable for their kicker? All those things come into play here, and it turns out they don't get it done.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.